Hi guys, we recently got a trailer for the new map Eichenwald, and of course the Bastion whole cinematic that was phenomenal. Tons of lore and information has come out of this, and today I'm going to share with you what I have learned that wasn't so obvious at the time. So settle back, have a drink, get a snack. This is going to be a really cool discussion and I'm very excited for it. If you don't know REINHARDT'S story, consider checking out my lore bite I made recently just for him. I'm working on one for Bastion in light of how close these two actually are, so look out for that. Let's start strong by talking about the battle itself. It's known as the biggest, most famous battle in the entire Omnic Crisis. That's very interesting, obviously, but what I care about is what it implies. We're in southern Germany, just outside of Stuttgart. How did it get this far? Quick bit of information for those who don't know. The three main Omniums, aka the factories that pumped out the death robots, are located in Russia, America, and Australia. It makes sense that these three places would come under huge attack. Think about the character Zarya. She's extremely racist to Omnics because she went through a literal hell caused by these robots in Russia. She probably will never trust these things again, and you can't deny she has good reason. But we're not talking about Russia. We're talking about Stuttgart and Germany, southern Germany. The closest Omnium factory would probably be Russia, so just how bad was the Omnic Crisis, really? How did they get this far south? How much of humanity fell? And based on how far they got, I'd assume Russia was completely wiped out, but we don't see any evidence of that in the Russian map we play on. It looks like a perfectly functional city with tons of these bad boys making sure it never happens again. Which is ironic because if a God program happened again, wouldn't these robots just kill everyone like last time? Yeah, great plan, guys. Either way, the battle made it this far south in Germany, and it was the most famous battle to ever happen. We see this huge mass of empty fields and grass, then we have a quick look at what it was like during the battle. It was a big open area. We have the new map Eichenwald, an abandoned town and castle. In its trailer, we see a city that reminds us of Nubani, very advanced. In the cinematic for Bastion, we see him heading to that very city, with Eichenwald in the background for just one moment. This advanced city is indeed Stuttgart, and why this is so important is that the forest just ends suddenly, like a physical cutoff. It's simply not natural. In a massive circle area around the city of Stuttgart, there is nothing. It's my opinion that the city was completely destroyed. All areas around it were completely destroyed, almost like a bomb went off. The current Stuttgart is not an upgraded version of the old, but a completely new city that was built on top of the remains of the original city. It's something to think about. If that happened here, how bad was it in Russia and all other countries leading up to Stuttgart? The EU must have been fucking destroyed. This place is where it finally stopped, so that warpath to get here must have been a deadly one. Now, let's talk about Reinhardt. He's a big, lovable elf who comes from Germany's Stuttgart, this place. All of this took place right here, so it's his home and it was destroyed. So the big question is, why wasn't Reinhardt in the cinematic? If he was using the J08 armor like we saw these guys were doing in the cinematic, why wasn't he there? Well, Reinhardt was hand-selected to be part of the Overwatch program. 6 people from the world's best equipped to end this crisis went out to destroy the Omnian factories and then remove the remaining rogue Omnics from existence. That means he will have gone to America, Russia, and even Australia to complete this task, during which this major fight at Stuttgart will have taken place. So let's look at this faction of Special J08 Crusaders. All over the new map we have little indicators that show these Crusaders and how they were well known. Apparently, Reinhardt was even better than they were, since none of them were picked. Reinhardt was. Have a quick look at Reinhardt's upcoming new skin. Looks fucking good, right? Well, how about this? This is the leader, Baldrich von Alder. He died protecting this place. He was part of the major battle using this abandoned castle as a defense during the battle. And you can actually see him in the cinematic. That's him right there in his black eagle suit armor, using the ability that we see in game that Reinhardt uses, Fire Strike. No, the current Reinhardt is all about lions. He has lions all over his armor and his abilities, whereas this Order of the Crusaders seem to have an eagle theme around them. You can even see it in the new Reinhardt skin. When asked about Reinhardt, Jeff Kaplan noted him as a Don Quixote. I'm sorry, I'm not going to pronounce that right. Meaning he is someone who is obsessed with chivalry and tries to revive it in the current day and age. But that doesn't make any sense anymore. If this guy's a unique character, but then there's this order, well, there's more history to Reinhardt, more than we originally knew. He learned all of this somewhere, and it was no doubt this Order of Knights. The origin of the J08 power armor is simple. Germany wanted to advance their combat, so they came up with an updated suit of armor. America wanted to update their combat, so they came up with drug-enhancing steroid super soldiers. Everyone needed to up their game, and they did it in different ways. So this power armor gave way to an order that would need to know how to use it, and knights were recreated and brought into the new age. They were taught a code of honor and chivalry, and were used in the Omnic Crisis. This must have been where Reinhardt was handpicked. He was taken from this order as their best fighter to be part of the Overwatch program, the best of the best, and he had to leave his comrades behind to save the world and leave Germany in their hands. Unfortunately, they did all die while completing their mission. Reinhardt was helping save the world, and his friends and comrades fell. Now he is seemingly alone and the last knight. We know that Torbjorn helped maintain and update his power suit. Perhaps that explains the redesign, to be more functional in combat compared to the original German design and style. You look at the pomp and fluff of the old style, and now it's much more right to the point, right? That point would be fighting. However, that doesn't explain why Reinhardt would forsake his symbol, the eagle, and now begin using a lion. If you have any theories on that one, like why he left behind the eagle and went to a lion, let me know. It seems weird. What we do know, however, is that when the map is released, we will see tons of lore that we didn't get to see in the trailers while we actually play on the map. Many of it will probably come from different dialogues from the characters. Most revolve around Reinhardt and his origins, while some might just say things like, oh, I've heard of this place, and now I'm here. I love Reinhardt, and I love his story, and I had no idea a big chunk of it was so sad. I hope he can find someone to train like he was trained, and perhaps even revive his lost order of knights. Thanks for watching and listening. If you have anything you want to share or discuss on this topic, feel free to do so. I'll see you guys next time. I'm moving on to Bastion next.